So in terms of the rest of you hoteliers, in terms of your boots on the ground, what can meeting planners expect for the rest of 2009 to move into 2010?
Every day, every month, somebody's on the road somewhere. And that's where we're investing our time and our resources. And we're going beyond our traditional sales force, beyond myself. We've got senior executives, cross-discipline, that are taking part in the process because they know, at least in our case, that's the economic driver for our success. So we've got 100% buy-in at the executive level to participate any way we can, and we're going to continue. If we have to divert necessary funds to put more boots on the ground to what Brian and Chris spoke to, we're going to do that. It is valuable. And quite frankly, without going into industry segments, there's some folks right now that no one's calling on.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. We're doing the same thing. We're putting people on the ground. I mean, we've just hired people within specific regions. I mean, we've never liked to do that. Our owner likes to keep the thumb on people. But at this point, we've put people, and we just hired someone in New York as a regional director of sales. We got somebody now in San Francisco. We hired somebody in Germany, and we're putting somebody. We're even looking to even though it's long haul. I mean, we're still looking at those. So we're looking at every opportunity. And even us, who we've been classically on 4 vertical industries. I agree with you. There's a lot of industries that ain't being called. I mean, listen, insurance, association. There's a lot of other industries that we just haven't really targeted.
There are some positives that come out of this, and one in particular is. There's a quote this morning in Ben Spillman's column in the RJ about a bellman at our place that thanked the customer. An individual customer attending a trade show thanked her for the business. And she went out of her way to comment on that and said, in 20 years of coming to Vegas, that's never happened. So the good news is, I think Chris said something about this earlier, it's bringing this group together and it's elevating the service levels. So you've got all the reasons that people have selected Vegas to begin with. That's a plus. Now it's more affordable. There's another plus. Oh, by the way, the service levels, which were already high, and I would say industry leading, have gotten now better because there's an appreciation
we'll all get better.
for the folks that are coming here. We just did I'll throw this out. We just did a letter writing campaign to the CEOs of major organizations that just were in our building in the past 3 months. We took a photo of about 300 staff. We wrote 50 handwritten letters by line level employees and thanked them. Said thank you for making the choice to hold your program with us. We appreciate it, and just make sure that we take a minute to recognize the people that are still coming. We're still running extremely high occupancies. I know Hawaii and other destinations have always been envious of the occupancy rates, and even more so now.
Well, it's us too. I mean, we're down
in the United States by far.
We're down. I mean, we're at 93. We're at 93% occupancy, which for us is the lowest we've been. So I think we would all agree we're down. But it's by comparison to the U.S., I guess it's not bad. Yeah.
The point behind that is that there is an inherent, again, another benefit and a positive that comes out of it, and that's a renewed sense of focus, appreciation for the business that we are doing, because we have had quite a few good years.
And to elaborate on using Richard's comment anecdotally about the letter writing campaign, saying thank you for the business is critically important. Chris said people are seeing people they haven't seen in a while, and Eric said we're looking at everything now. We're looking at stuff we didn't used to look at, and I know that I'm trying not to harp on it too much, but I remember as a young sales manager in this town when business was just flying around, and we got back then the moniker by people outside of our destination as just being the order takers. Well, I'd like to have thought back then we were the best darn order takers in the business, and at least we could wear that with pride. I think now clearly we're all learning again. Those of us who have many of us never forgotten how to sell, but we're obviously getting a dose of it again. But one of the things I learned in terms of the messaging to the audience when I was younger is there's an art of saying no, and for years I don't want to again get back. I think there is one segment in particular, subsegment of the convention overall master segment, that we need to send a message, like to Chris's point, that maybe we haven't seen him in a while, and we need to be very humble and thankful about that particular segment. And I won't even mention it. I've already mentioned it.
Brian, we're taking care of it for you.
Well,
we're out there
but we need to take care of it ourselves. And, we're all. I know we're all doing it.
We got you covered on that.
I'm just saying it's been a while.
Yeah.
like to Chris's
We've all
point.
been fat and happy for a long time.
Okay.
And,
Well,
and a lot of customers have given us the feedback that, Vegas never calls me back. And, I mean, how many years have we been hearing that?
Yeah.
Just as long as I've been doing this.
That has got
You know?
to go if it hasn't already. I can look at everybody in the eye and say, I hope everyone's got the same sense of urgency of response. And
Absolutely.
I need everybody around this table to be successul.
We all
Count
do.
on it.
yeah.
Count on it.
I especially
Absolutely.
need everyone around this table to be successful.
We all do.
It
Okay,
doesn't
well,
help any
you
of
know
us
what,
if
we're-
somebody's
we're-
failing.
The hour's just about up, so I think that's going to have to be it. This has been a great discussion. It's going to make a great video, I think, and thank you all for participating.